What's going on, guys? Failed to listen. Welcome back to more Failed Thoughts. And in this video, you can see by the title, we are going to discuss consistency as it pertains to the Sony group here on YouTube. And it's not so much like your average Sony fan or your average PlayStation fan. I'm obviously referring to the maniacs that are, 25 years old, somewhere around there, possibly even older, still fighting this good console war fight, this fake console war fight at that. But if you're gonna do it, we're looking for, a little bit of consistency. So you have like four groups here in this community. You have like the PC elitist maniacs that will like take this whole thing absolutely too far. You got your Sony maniacs that take it too far. Your Xbox guys that from time to time, when they're not saying like really, really dumb stuff, will take it too far. And the Nintendo guys, they've definitely taken it too far in the past. But right now, the Nintendo guys they've been pretty quiet as far as this fake console war thing goes. They've been pretty quiet. I think they're starting. There's some rumblings with the whole Nintendo NX thing. They're getting a little excited about that, and they are hoping for the best. And as far as Nintendo goes, I'm hoping for the best, and I hope that NX ends up being an awesome console. But what do I mean with consistency? So a lot of times what you'll have, and it's usually the Sony camp, they'll make these videos or make different posts and threads on forums and stuff, making fun or taking these little stealth shots at the Xbox One version of a game running at a certain resolution or a certain frame rate, and how it runs poorly or how it doesn't run as well as the PlayStation 4 version. But these are the same people that not even too long ago, I remember some of these names and some of these faces and some of these voices, said that visuals didn't really matter to them, that performance and frame rates didn't really matter to them. It was about the gameplay, and as long as the game looked good and they got awesome games delivered by Naughty Dog and Sony Santa Monica, so on and so forth, that it was okay. As long as they could play great games with nice visuals, frame rates and resolutions didn't really matter. These are the same people making fun of Xbox One versions. So what I'm looking for, again, is consistency. And these guys will pretend like there's not these PlayStation 4 games and exclusives in some cases that don't run poorly and that don't run at, the best resolution possible or whatever. Take Bloodborne, for example. That was a pretty talked about game last year. A lot of PlayStation guys here on YouTube still hype that game up, still talk about it, still play it in their videos and in their podcasts and such. It is a known fact, well documented, that Bloodborne has serious performance issues. It doesn't always stay at a locked 30, and the frame pacing is terrible on Bloodborne. If you look at it was recent. This is very recent. They were taking shots at the Xbox guys because Dark Souls 3 was dropping down to like in the teens or the single digits, but it also came out that the PlayStation 4 version in some areas is running at single digits in that game. And as far as I know, I think it was the Jimquisition review or impressions where he mentioned the PC version of Dark Souls 3 also has performance issues in some areas of the game, but the consistency, it's not there with some of these guys. They're not talking about it. Like, where are the videos on the Bloodborne problems or the Dark Souls problems? Or you could look at the new firmware update for PlayStation 4 with the streaming. Now, I think, because I'm going to be consistent, I think one thing that Sony has over Microsoft, at least right now, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, Xbox guys, I'm not entirely sure. I got this information from someone that's tried both. To my knowledge, the Xbox One can do 1080p, so they do have that over PlayStation 4 in terms of like streaming, but it has to be on the same network. So my buddy Kraken can take, well, not take, but like he can have his PlayStation 4 at home and he can stream anywhere as long as that program is set up on that particular PC and play his PlayStation 4 games from work or on a vacation or whatever. So that's cool. Like, that's pretty awesome. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think on Xbox you can only do that if you're in the same home. But you do get 1080p on Xbox. Hopefully Sony bumps it up to 1080p at some point in the very near future, and then I'll become a little more interested. But it's funny, like, I was watching this one video, this guy's reviewing the new firmware, and he says, I don't understand why PC guys are excited about this firmware update in the streaming and such. You actually have to have a PS4 first. Well, you know, it's not like the PlayStation group here on YouTube is the end-all be-all, and they're the only ones with PlayStation 4s. There's a lot of PC guys in the community that have at least one of the new consoles, you know what I mean? And not just here on YouTube, but anywhere. I mean, the thing is sold 35, 40 million, whatever it is. Like, PC gamers own a PlayStation 4. I don't know how many. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's the majority, because it's not, but I have a PlayStation 4. I know that I do, so I was interested in this update for that very reason. Now, you could argue, you're going to say, well, you actually got to have a PlayStation 4 first. Why are you getting excited? Why do you guys talk about Xbox and Nintendo and stuff all the time when the majority of you don't own these consoles? Like, what does it matter to you if this game on this console is running at a resolution that doesn't, you know, suit your standards or whatever, a standard that must just be popping up for you because just, you know, here a year or two ago, you guys were not talking about this stuff. I'm just trying to understand it. I'm looking for the consistency. It is what it is. So if we could just get a little more consistency, not just from the PlayStation guys, but the Xbox One guys as well. Like the Xbox One guys, they'll say, we don't care about resolutions and frame rates either, but then when a game does run really well or it does have a nice resolution on Xbox, they make a video, and then to top it off, the cherry on that will always be like, well, you guys know I don't really care about resolutions and frame rates. I'm just trying to show that the Xbox One isn't as weak as everyone tries to make it out to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's just silly stuff like that. Like, everyone cares. You're kidding yourself. To say you don't care about, you know, visuals and frame rates and resolutions, why do you have an HD TV then? Why do you have a nice monitor to play your games on? Like, you're not making any sense. Like, the shit doesn't add up. Like, 1 + 1 does not equal 2 for some of you. Like, it doesn't. Like, I'm looking. Oh, God, I'm looking for the consistency. I can't make it any more simple than that. So just a little more consistency. That's all I'm asking for when I watch some of these Maniac videos. And I mean, you don't have to do everything to please me, but it would be nice. I mean, your credibility would slightly go up as a gamer or someone that likes to review a lot of this you know, hardware and tech analysis stuff. So that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Peace.
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
Ammo check, people.
Fuck.
Lots, thanks. Reloading.
Shit.
Can someone...
There's Zeds on the scope. Must close the pod very soon.
Some cash?
I need some money. Anyone?
How much you need?
Hey, anyone got money?
Yeah, I need a lot of cash.
Freaking action.
Shit. I don't have